Your $2,000 second stimulus check. Will it happen? Will it not happen? What's going on in the Senate and what is Bernie doing? You're already excited to receive that $600 stimulus check, which became a law last weekend when the President of the United States signed the bill in Mar-a-Lago. $600 in your account if you're an individual. But will it turn into $2,000? In this video, I'm going to go over what's going on in the Senate yesterday, we'll go on in the Senate today, and what will continue in the Senate all throughout New Year's. It's incredibly great news. It's incredibly confusing news, but I'm going to make it really simple on this big early mornings broadcast of Early Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Early Mornings LALATE. The toast is toasted and the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and thank you for joining me on Early Mornings LALATE. LALATE is now a 24-hour news channel delivering you news around the clock. Programs start on overnights LALATE at 1 a.m. with EIDL and PUA at 2 o'clock, and then float into Early Mornings LALATE, this show, first at 6 a.m. on the East Coast, the first show, and then this one at 6:30. This is an instant premiere, so if you look over there are people chatting along. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe, because no one's delivering you news around the clock. I'm going taped, I'm going live. I'm breaking details, I'm breaking things down. I'm showing you how to apply. This is not a tracking channel. I don't just track a check for you. I actually help you get the money. And in the second stimulus package, there's a lot of stuff for you to get. And there's a lot of other things coming up in the horizon for you to get as well. So I'm ensuring that you get this money, and I'm going to work with you to ensure you know how to do the application. So please subscribe. Also hit the alert button so you don't miss a video when I go live. Meantime, like this video. As this instant premiere, you can chat with your profile buddies. Hey, did you get the check? Did you get the check? I did not. My friend got the check. My neighbor got it. And see what they say. Ultimately, I love to hear your comments and see your comments and drop them below as well. And with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you start this new morning is that a $600 stimulus check is landing in millions of Americans' pocketbooks today, yesterday, and potentially the day after New Year's. But a $2,000 stimulus check should really land. Who says that? Republicans, Democrats, the President of the United States, and even Mitch McConnell. The question is, for whom? The big battleground that we now know is not the acceptance of the number, but rather the eligibility provisions of the number. It's just so shocking and really delicious that we have gone from no less than a month ago, when no one wanted to give you anything, any sort of stimulus. This channel started CR for stimulus to get stimulus in the CR. Then they didn't want to give you a stimulus check, even a penny, to now $2,000 is a mainstream number. It is a middle-of-the-road, moderate number, a $2,000 stimulus check. What is not a moderate issue, however, still, is who gets a $2,000 stimulus check. That became the battleground yesterday from not one, but several Republicans saying there's a problem with the Cash Act. What is the Cash Act? The Cash Act is a fix-it bill that was passed by the House, landed in the Senate, that provides a $2,000 stimulus check to people. It seems sort of simple, but there's some strange provision and languages in there that is causing Republicans confusion, whether correctly or incorrectly. The language seems to suggest to some people that families that make a lot of money still get a stimulus check, and they don't like that. See, it seems like an easy fix, so why not fix it? If that's the only issue, then fix it. So far from McConnell, Susan Collins, and others who said they would support a $2,000 stimulus check, the only issue they've had with the Cash Act, that they publicly have said, is that sort of language, that the eligibility over who gets the check seems to include people who made six figures last year, and they want that excluded, which is actually not an incorrect statement. Everyone wants that excluded. Somewhere along the drafting, the Cash Act seems to have confused people. So why is this not being put to a vote? Potentially the issue not being put to, the reason why it's not being put to a vote is the adult dependence. McConnell and Susan Collins, among the people who said they would give you a $2,000 stimulus check, but say there's a but to the situation, won't say anything out of their mouth about adult dependence. And it seems to be that's the elephant of the room. The adult dependence is not included in Mitch McConnell's $2,000 stimulus check bill. And the retroactive stimulus check for adult dependents who did not get a first stimulus check is not mentioned in McConnell's bill. Why? It appears to be that is the big issue. And if that issue is fixed, then we're done. Are we? McConnell has tried to litter the Cash Act with his version by including stuff that has nothing to do with stimulus check. Does it sound familiar? It's ironic that it's coming from McConnell after the President of the United States said, don't include aid for foreign countries, don't include money for museums, just send out a stimulus check. Now McConnell is doing exactly the reverse of what the president less than a week ago said he didn't want. McConnell has included a provision about liability for technology companies and provided a provision for election investigations. Why is this in a stimulus check? And is this really is this needed to be included in a stimulus check? The question as you sit here today is, when is the vote? And how would the vote maneuver? Too hard to predict. Too hard to predict. It's really, even broadcast news, even print and media, no one can sit back and say, I can predict how Bernie Sanders is going to do this from A to B, or how Chuck Schumer can do this from A to B. There's a lot of very complex senatorial procedural moves that put people to sleep if I explain them. And the bottom line is, the bill is still alive, and it's not dying just yet. It does have an expiration date, however. The good news is that it's being anchored by something else that has an expiration date before it, and that may force the $2,000 stimulus debate to be put to a vote by this weekend, if not by early next weekend. So what would you see in this second stimulus bill? Well, in this Cash Act bill, you would see the ability to raise your stimulus check from $600 to $1,400 to $2,000 by providing your additional $1,400. $2,000 for individuals, $4,000 for married couple, $8,000 for family of four. And then we sort of stop because then there's a confusion about where the battle will lie. Will adult dependents be included? In fact, the Cash Act includes coverage for people who aren't even adult dependents, like certain types of caregivers that are in the household would get a stimulus check as well. Interesting. What's important to understand is the Cash Act is a fix-it bill. It's sort of an intermediary bill between now and next year that fixes what was just passed, what is being paid upon, and also fixes the first stimulus package. It's not the first time we've seen a bill like this, and Mitch's bill is not a first one either. There have been a lot of times when they fix prior bills by making changes to later bills. The next example you're going to see of that is with Joe Biden. In third stimulus check and third stimulus package, Joe Biden will do a lot of changes to prior bills. What will he do? The first thing he will do is change FPUC. It's currently forward at $300. Forward at $300 a week, not backwards, no retroactiveness. He will change that to say, I'm going to go back and give you $600 retro and then bring you back forward. So you're going to see a difference of checks being issued. You will at one point receive $300, and then if Biden's thing becomes law, then you're going to get an additional $300 to cover for certain weeks. That's sort of how they fix bills between the two. You're also going to see other things that sort of fix things, like SSI and SSDI. Biden wants to raise your benefits, and ultimately by the point at which you receive this bill into law, maybe early February, he will have to go back to January to fix your benefits by giving you extra benefits in February. So you see how they fix things, and this is not unusual. Hazard pay will have to go back to when the pandemic started and bring you all the way up to the present, even though we're heading into 2021 with third stimulus check and third stimulus package. It's all these sort of twists and turns that leave people a little bit overwhelmed, but I try to keep it easy. The bill the president signed last Sunday is second stimulus, $600 stimulus check. The bill that is currently on the Senate floor is called the Cash Act, to give you extra stimulus to what was already passed. McConnell's bill, I call it the lobster bill. It's another version of $2,000. It's another version of the Cash Act, just not as good and has some very bad provisions in there. Then Biden's stimulus coming in January is third stimulus check and third stimulus package. That has a lot of great stuff in it. $24 of SSI and SSDI, a upgrade of your benefits up to 20% lifetime, a new benchmark, multiple stimulus checks, yes, hazard pay, yes, $10,000, lifeline grant, yes, EIDL grant coming back, oh yes, the remainder of your $10,000 grant, yes, PPP, yes, CDC grant, yes. So you see a lot of things happening, very quickly and very soon. And what's important to understand is there's going to be applications and applications and applications to do. The best thing I've always said to the viewers of this channel is not sit back and do nothing. You have to be very proactive. You have to do the paperwork. You have to do the things. Currently, there's nothing for you to do. Everything under second stimulus is very automatic so far until we get to third stimulus. Things like, well, until we get to January. SNAP benefits increases 15% automatic. PUA, UI, your state will reactivate your account and they'll tell you if that to do anything. You may not have to do anything. FPUC will go on top of that, automatic. So what's important to understand is some things are automatic, but some things are not. And when you know what you need to do, then you don't miss them. Applying for rent under the second stimulus, applying for utilities, applying for free food, free internet. That won't be automatic. You'll have to do the work. EIDL, PPP, you'll have to do the work as well. But I'm along my way to help you. I'll get you to the finish line. So please subscribe. Go to the Friends channel, subscribe, and we're going to get through this together. Also like this video. Coming up next is Mornings LALATE. And if you missed the show before this, it's on the channel, along with Overnight's LALATE, EIDL, and PUA. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and have a great morning. Stay at LA for more.